Hello everybody and welcome to yet another episode of Revv, Singapore's ultimate motoring channel with me, Renee, your host, bringing you all the news and reviews in Singapore's motoring scene. And today we have yet another fantastic hatchback for you from Volkswagen. It's the all-new Polo 1.2 TSI DSG. It would seem as of late that hatchbacks have made a comeback in the Singapore market, with people looking to buy small, practical vehicles for the daily commute, as its technical primary function for both space and power becomes an afterthought. The Volkswagen Polo is one of the most popular hatchbacks in the world, with nearly 14 million being produced last year alone. And I'm going to take you through the improvements for both visual and technical that has improved since we last saw the Polo. Let's start up at the front of the Polo, and as you can see straight away, it's got a really broad air intake, which really gives it an impressive, powerful look. And also the large air apron, or the front apron basically, which merges into a very distinctive radiator grille. And also, we also have the resculptured angular headlights to give it a more sharper look, to even add more to that sporty look. Looking at the side profile of the Polo, as you can see, it's been given an added touch of composed straight lines all the way to the rear of the car. And even at the shoulders as well, as you can see, it's got some really great contours, it's got some protruding lines which gives it a really muscular look. And the good thing about the mirrors as well, we've got integrated indicators which reinforce that whole look of dynamism and agility. Continuing at the rear of the Polo, and we look at the really cool, distinctive looking rear lights and a nice looking prominent bumper. Now let's talk a bit more on the boot space. And to open the boot, it's really simple. All you need to do is flip the logo. There you go. The boot opens up. And in terms of boot space, well, for a 1.2, I think it's pretty decent in size. And the boot space actually allows you a number of configurations. And let me just show you one real quick example of what I mean. The Polo comes with a false bottom, and all you need to do is kind of flip this open up, and giving you more space. And once you put this down, basically, it gives you a whole bunch of extra space which you can use. In terms of seat configuration, well, same thing as well. All you need to do is flip open this button here, and it reveals a whole new space which you can use for your cargo in terms of luggage or even your golf sets. First of all, you notice some really solidly used materials in the Polo, which is really value for money in my opinion. In terms of space, well, there's really a whole bunch of space you can use for everything that you can think of. First of all, let's looking at the glove compartment. The minute you pop it up, a whole bunch of space you can put your knickknacks inside as well, so that's fantastic. Looking at the rest of the car, surprisingly under the seat, okay, they've actually built this little cool looking drawer, which really surprised me. Okay, so you got this drawers built into the front two seats as well. In terms of cup holders galore. You've got one built in where the brake lever is, and also at the front, or where the gear lever is, and then also a bunch of quite deep space right here in the front of the car. Now let's talk about the technology that's built into the Polo. First of all, we have the infotainment system. If it looks familiar, because it is, it's also available in the Volkswagen Golf as well. It has a proximity sensor, which means that you don't have to actually touch the screen, but it is a touch screen, by the way. So you just basically kind of put your hand close, and it actually allows you to actually control the navigation on the whole panel. What's available here is basically, you've got your radio. Okay, that's one of it. You also have your media, which you can actually plug in your Bluetooth or even your thumb drive or even an SD card as well. It also has a setup which allows you to kind of customize settings from your lighting, the backlighting in the car, to a whole bunch of other stuff. So it's all customizable right through this interface. And now let's move over to the whole dashboard area. Okay, first of all, you notice great backlighting, which makes viewing really easy in day or night especially, and you can actually control the brightness as well. And in terms of information that's on the screen, well, that once again is easily scrollable by a button on the steering wheel or on the interface there as well. And steering wheel wise, you've got your controls for your volume buttons, and also Bluetooth functions for your handphone, and also once again allowing you to actually scroll through the different functions or information on the dashboard. Volkswagen Polo is powered by a 1.2-liter TSI 4-cylinder 16-valve engine with 7-speed dual-clutch automatic transmission, or DSG. It has 90 horses on board with 160 Nm of torque. I know some of you guys are thinking that 90 horses is really not that much. But for a 1.2-liter car, I honestly think that is pretty decent. We can do 0 to 100 in 10.8 seconds and hits a top speed of 184 km per liter. It holds 45 liters of fuel and does about 21.3 km per liter. CO2 emissions are pretty low at 109 grams per kilometer. Okay, now let's talk about figures and how much it costs to take home the Polo. Well, it's going to cost you $115,300 inclusive of COE, and the road tax is $507 annually. Well, overall, if you're looking for a car that is sporty, very fuel efficient and reliable, well, the Volkswagen Polo is the way to go. The price bracket might offer you a couple of alternatives, but then if you look at the bigger picture, you're getting a solidly built German car. And we want to thank Volkswagen Singapore for allowing us to review the Volkswagen Polo. Well, that wraps up another episode of Revv. Till we see you again, drive safe always.